Good afternoon, everybody. Again, this is Janie Jones, and we're going to do a quick little video, a nice simple bead. This is going to be an ice cream cone, and the colors we're going to use are this color pink, 591, 260 BP pink. This is all ephedra. This is an old rod of strawberry, 791994, and dark ivory, and if you like, a red of your choice. This is just a pretty red. I'm not sure what shade it is. It's a piece of scrap red. A lot of times I'll use red orange, which is to me a nice red, but I don't know what this is. It's a nice bright Christmas red. This bead doesn't take very long. Oh, and I forgot a cool tool, a Phillips screwdriver, and it depends on what size Phillips screwdriver you use, based on what size your bead is. This bead would also make a really nice Beads of Courage bead. You can make them 2 scoops or 1 scoops, 1 scoops, 1 scoop or 2 scoops, your choice. I'm gonna make this one 2 scoops, just so you can see how I add it. And the only other thing you'll need is a sharp pointy, an ice pick, a tungsten. I've got this funny looking little tool, you'll see it when I pull it up, that I got in an attic sale. So the dark ivory is going to be the cone, and the Phillips screwdriver is going to make little indentations on the cone. Yesterday I tried this and I made slice marks, like hashtags, kind of, sort of. All the hash marks were leaning towards the right and then towards the left, and I didn't like the look of it. So we're gonna try this one. I did this earlier, and I like the way it looks, and it's a little different. I mean, ice cream cones are not anything new. They've been around for a long time. And I thought the Phillips screwdriver would give a little different take. So the long cone is made a couple different ways. I made a larger bead. I'm gonna make a smaller bead just to the left of it. It's easier for me if I make the cone, because I'm right-handed, if I make the cone on the left-hand side of the mandrel, so that after I have the cone made, I'll be adding the ice cream scoops on this side. So if you are left-handed, you might think about the orientation of how you're gonna lay yours down, or whatever makes it easier for you. I forgot to mention you need a marver. This is a stump shaper. And this is a very forgiving bead. I think I've only made it a couple times, yesterday and today, but if it's not exactly perfect, my goodness, it's still gonna look like an ice cream cone. So this is tying in with our theme this month in the newsletter of summer fun. And I don't think there's anything much more fun than ice cream. Of course, ice cream's good all time of the year. So I'm just marvering this to a cone shape. And you might think about how wide it is on this side, because that means your the ice cream scoop has to be that large too. So keep that in mind. So you kind of have to think about the whole bead when you're beginning it. So I'm going to marver this out just a little bit thinner. And maybe even spread some of that glass down to the thinnest end, because I am going to be plunging that Phillips screwdriver in, and I don't want to cause a weak spot in the bead if I get too close to the mandrel. So making it nice and flat on the right hand side. So I like this, I did not like this strawberry glass. It just looked super dark brown. It did not look strawberry colored at all. But I'm going for a chocolate scoop on the bottom. And this color glass seemed to represent it well enough. So I'm just going to put a good size gather just to the right of this ice cream cone. If you have not seen my cupcake tutorial, which is on our YouTube channel, the top of this is kind of sort of like that cupcake, the cake part of the cupcake. You might watch it, but I'm sure you could make this bead just by watching this video. I'm just going to build up on that a little bit. Keeping the cone warm. I like the ivory look. I tried a paler brown yesterday and I didn't like the look of it. But the advantage of using the dark ivory is it's very soft and smushy. So it makes using the screwdriver easy. It makes it easier. So I'm just going to round this off a little. Actually, I'm going to get my knife and smooth it down just a little at the top. I may even hold it vertically, and that'll really join those two together. And that's a move I do, or I did in the cupcake tutorial. So I like the way it just joins together softly. I ended up using this knife as a bit of a marver. So then I'm going to heat this pink. Oh, I forgot to use a screwdriver. So these little plunges are all in a row. They're supposed to look like a waffle cone. This kind of makes little square shapes. So you want to make them all going in the same direction. In other words, I'm not twisting my screwdriver at an angle. And because the ivory is so soft and squishy, some of these will melt out or melt up. The indentation will be less. So I'm giving them a good plunge. And I can always go back if one is melted in a little bit. I can always go back and reinforce it. There we go. One quick waffle cone. So then I'll get the pink color glass. Get it warmed up a little bit so it's getting ready. Then I'll get my sharp pointy. You could use a a stringer of this colored glass too. And just drag a piece down so the ice cream is really melting. And it's kind of random. I'm going to actually use the side and make kind of a whole piece of it slide off the edge of that first scoop. I'll come back and reinforce a couple of these dots. I mean plunges. Oh, I didn't mean to move the cone. So just pulling that down. Keeping the cone warm. Make one more drip. That's nice and drippy. So the next scoop of strawberry colored glass, that pink color, I'm going to put just to the right of the first scoop of ice cream. That should do it. Putting a little ring around the top. Then I'll heat it and let it fall, which will also make the top of that cone. So I'm just holding it vertically, and it makes the top of that ice cream lay nicely. Then I'll make the pink drizzle down some. Melty in the summer. I'm gonna try pulling that down with the glass. Make it really drippy. Oh yeah, I like that better. Okay, I'm gonna round off the top just a little. And you can leave it just like this. Double scoop ice cream cone. Or if you want to get really fancy, you can add the red cherry on the top. And I'm going to position this so that it's secure on the top. It's not sticking out. It's going to be secure so it's not going to drop off. And it's not going to be pointy. So if you put a cherry for Beads of Courage, it's not going to be pointy or get chipped off. So it's just a little round ball. The only other thing you'll need, if you choose to do it this way, is a thin black stringer. So this would be an easy ice cream cone to make as it is. Maybe a little smaller would have been a good plan for Beads of Courage. So the cherry, I'm going to find a place right on the side at the top. Let it sit just a minute and then pull up. So it's got a very secure base, like a marshmallow sitting on a table, not like a ping pong ball. Some people say it doesn't have an undercut. I like to compare it to marshmallows. Why not? Then I'm going to take my sharp pointy, poke a hole right in the top. And I'll take my really thin stringer. I'm going to heat where the hole is very quickly and then put this stringer in and make like a little comma. Which makes the little stem. And there we go. There is an ice cream cone, double scoop with a cherry on the top. That's totally acceptable for Beads of Courage. I'll have a picture of these, either before or after the demo. Thanks, everybody. Have fun.